Hey all, good morning to ShareTreck. This is Raj here and welcome to our morning show. Today I don't have any major news regarding CRISPR. Yesterday we spoke about Verve dosing its first patient for LDL cholesterol therapy. And now the news is that the first patient happens to be in New Zealand. So that's all we know so far. And I hope we have a great deal of success with this therapy so that genomics companies can start proving their viability, and that will help a lot in stabilizing the share prices and making more funds available at much better terms for these companies to continue their good work. So with that said, let's get started with our daily update. I'm afraid I'm a bringer of bad tidings. I'm going to have my news segment, but the most important thing I want to put up across to you first is the fact that the CPI data is out and it's not looking good. So we have not yet peaked as far as inflation is concerned, because inflation has gone up as compared to May in June. I'm just going to quickly show you the charts and we'll talk about that. And after that, I have the news segment. And this video today is going to be short because it doesn't make any sense doing any further analysis. The market's already down. So we'll briefly look at Nasdaq and the indices, and that's about it for today. Everything is going down except potentially Verve. Verve might still stay positive because they have good news. And with that said, let me show you the charts first. So here are here is the chart for the CPI for last month, that is May. So this is that chart, and this is the chart for June. And even though they seem to be, the June chart seems to be looking better, if I go into the press release, I can see that June has been worse than May. So let me take you to the press release now. So here we have the press release from the US BLS, and it says the consumer price index for all urban consumers increased 1.3% in June on a seasonally adjusted basis after rising 1.0% in May. The US Bureau of Labor Statistics report today. Over the last 12 months, all items index increased 9.1% before seasonal adjustments. And this is a broad-based increase on gasoline, food, and everything. So this is not looking good, my friends. So the market is likely to tank. Let us go and quickly look at the market and see where it is. And here we are with the, let's go first to the futures. Let's do this quickly as we always do. Futures is down minus 2.24%. And if we were to go into the indicators, oil is down naturally, and it's gone below the line of support. So this line of support is now going to become a resistance. And I'm expecting further weakness as demand destruction continues. QQQ is down 2.49%. S&P 500 is down 1.82%. Russell Index is down 1.56%. Dow Jones is down 1.31%. And the VIX has spiked and touched 29.00. So things are not looking good, my friends. And if you look at the XLY by XLP, it ended risk off yesterday. So genomics suffered. Today also genomics are likely to suffer, but I suspect Verve would be the exception. US dollar index is up slightly. That's about it. That's what we have got out here. So overall a bearish scenario. And now let's quickly go to the genomics side and have a look at what's happening in genomics. Invitae was the biggest gainer yesterday, but today pre-market it's already down minus 4.7%. Verve gained 8.4% on good news yesterday. And further, I would like to inform you that the first patient who has been dosed with Verve 101 is in New Zealand. That's the only other news that we have got so far. And Verve is still up 2.48% pre-market. CRISPR Therapeutics is down 6.39% pre-market. Bluebird is down 3.47 pre-market. Beam is down 5.52 pre-market. PACB is down 2.35 pre-market. Allogene no trades. Intelia no trades. Editas is down 4.1 pre-market. ArcG is down 3.92 pre-market. Teladoc is down 3.44 pre-market. SQZ no trades. IMTX is also having no trades. IDNA no trades. Caribou down 2.96%. DNA down 4.1%. Regeneron down 1.7%. Novartis down 1.7%, and Regeneron down. Regeneron is flat. Illumina is down 3.72%. Vertex is up 0.67%. Pfizer down 1.02%. So overall, I think it's a very bearish day for the market. With that said, I think I would rather bring the video to an end because things are looking rather bleak. There is no point doing any further analysis out there. Overall, I think this is a red day unless something, some positive news comes out. I can't imagine what could be a positive news. But potentially towards the end of the day, we may probably have a slight bit of recovery because right now I think it's knee-jerk reaction happening pre-market. It's around 8:48 a.m. So I'm going to compile this video and put it out there. I'm also including the news articles from before with the initial outlook. Please disregard my outlook statements there, but the news articles are worth listening to. With that, I think let's go and have a look at the news articles and then we'll wind up this video. Well, let's start with the good news first. And the very first good news I have for you is that Delta posts profit despite jump in cost, vows to improve reliability after a difficult summer start. Basically, the gist of the whole report is that passengers are willing to pay up to fly. And even though the ticket costs are going higher, passengers are willing to pay. And therefore, Delta is able to not only recover the more expensive fuel costs, but also preserve and improve its margin. The carrier said that its third quarter capacity will be 83 to 85% of 2019 levels. And they are promising to improve their quality of service. So this is the first good news and the only good news for today. The rest are all harbingers of difficult times potentially. The first news like that is from Microsoft. Microsoft cuts small percentage of employees as new fiscal year begins. They are saying that the cuts amount to less than 1% of total headcounts, but Microsoft is a huge company and Microsoft has got steady revenues. So when a company like Microsoft decides to take these kind of steps, we got to be very careful. This would potentially show us that recession is probably around the doors, which would also mean unemployment is going to increase. So the next employment report, we'll see the effects of all these coming in. It's not only Microsoft, it's also Google. Google CEO Pichai says company will slow hiring through 2023 in memo to employees. So the first step is that you don't replace people who leave the company. The second step is that you reduce your hiring costs and hiring frequency because your new projects have been curtailed. And the third step is where Microsoft already is by cutting the workforce by 1%. So these are various stages in which companies decide to roll down their operations in response to impending recession. So these are all real life signs which we have to pay attention to. Consumer inflation is expected to be even hotter in June, but it could be peaking. This is the headline. It seems a bit ambiguous because how can inflation be hotter and how could it be peaking? But if you look into the descriptions out here, the details, it makes sense. It says that consumer prices continue to shoot higher in June, with the headline Consumer Price Index expected to reach 8.8% year over year, according to Dow Jones. And this Consumer Price Index is going to be released today at 8:30 a.m. Right now it is 7:39 a.m. So if the number comes anything below 8.8, look at the markets to be exuberant. But economists say that considering the fall off in gasoline prices, June's headline CPI could be the peak of inflation for now. I agree with this point because we have had a consistent fall in the price of oil and gas, and that's definitely going to factor into the price of almost everything because oil price percolates all commodities. They are talking about headline CPI being expected to raise by 1.1% compared to 1% in May. So market is expecting that the inflation will peak, but it will be higher than last month. That is one expectation that we are looking at. And in terms of core inflation, June's core CPI was expected to raise 0.5% compared with 0.6% in May. This is where they are looking at the moderation happening. And if this doesn't happen, that means the market expectation has not been met. So that will be adverse for the share prices for today. So that's what we need to keep in mind. And with that said, I would like to go to the next article, which says demand for big mortgages is shrinking as home prices moderate and expensive houses linger on the market. That's not a good sign for us as market participants. Mortgage applications to purchase a home fell 4% for the week and were 18% lower than the same week 1 year ago. So 18% drop within a period of 12 months. The average contract interest rate for 30-year fixed mortgage confirming loan balances of 647,200 or less remained at 5.74%. And applications to refinance a home loan, which have been incredibly weak due to higher interest rate, rose 2% for the week, but were 80% lower than the same week 1 year ago. So this continues to show the softness in the housing market. That brings us to an end of this segment, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Things are looking bleak, but hang in there. And if you like this video, please press a like out there. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe and help us grow this channel. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.